Supporting a collective awakening on Earth is the most meaningful thing that I can do with my life. It's the only thing that I really want. I experience it as the purpose of my birth and life. And I would like to share in this process with you. In a minute, I'm going to define what I perceive a collective awakening to be, and the skills, the orientations that are needed to create or support this. But I'm going to start by just describing my relationship to awakening and how it's maturing, it's growing. When I was 24, I first conceived of the idea that I could become awake or enlightened, that there was a path of development that I could move towards. I didn't really understand it, but I saw it as a very personal experience. It was something for me. I was going to become something. I would get something out of it. And my path has been very fruitful. And as it has matured, as I have gotten what I was looking for, it's made me tremendously connected to life. One of the features of awakening is a relaxation of the sense of separation. And in the place of a sense of separation is a sense of deep interconnection, in deep interrelatedness. So as this process has occurred, this feeling connected to life, feeling a part of life, feeling the rest of life, just as I feel myself, as this process has matured, more and more awakening is something that happens to us rather than just me. It's about the field of interrelatedness awakening. So you could think about collective consciousness as a giant nervous system, a giant web of interrelatedness. And you and me and all the other people and things in the world, all the other beings are part of this web. And the skills and orientations for a collective consciousness are anything that helps this entire field of interrelatedness come into a one awake sense of being. This changes the orientation of personal practice and creates new skills and orientations, which I think are very important. So to start, the fundamental practice of awakening in the personal context is a relaxation of focus. What this means is whether I practice self-inquiry or some other meditative or contemplative process, I'm learning to relax my focus, to let go of my attachment to experience, to thoughts, to feelings. I'm allowing myself to be open. The emphasis of personal awakening is on the openness, the sense of just being, the relaxation of contracted ways of thinking, feeling, and acting. And this is very beautiful and necessary. But collective awakening requires us to have other skills which we integrate into this capacity to relax. Collective awakening means that it's not just about my process of letting go. It's about our process of being interrelated. What this means is the witnessing capacity that I've developed is really essential, the ability to relax or witness life, the ability to be not attached to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations. But I also have another function as a human being, as part of the collective organism, which is to be conductive to the energy that is flowing through the collective nervous system. So not only is my job to be open, my job is to participate in the flow of energy through life. This means that I am a sender and a receiver, a transmitter of energy, which means that I'm participating. In personal awakening, there's a much lower emphasis on participation often. There's much more concern for the pure experience of the truth, of seeing, of feeling, of being with life as it actually is, which is extremely important. In collective awakening, there's more of an emphasis on the function of my body to be a part of life, not just witnessing life, but to actually be an integral part of this collective nervous system, of this collective field of life and energy. So the skills to participate are additional. You have to add on skills, participatory skills, to just the pure capacity to witness. It's not enough just to be not attached. We also have to learn how to participate. So the most simple skills, participatory skills, are the ability to send information and to receive information. The ability to express ourselves clearly and the ability to receive what other people are saying. Now, often in spiritual world, this reality is either denied or underplayed or spiritualized in a way that does not allow for the coherent transfer of energy. A good example of this is spirituality's relationship with anger. Often anger is seen as some sort of barrier to peace and well-being. But in an integral collective framework in the nervous system of humanity, anger and all other emotional states, all other ways of being a human being are integral to the energizing of this network. It's not about just our ability to let go of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations. It's our ability to include, to express, to share, to give to life all of our humanity, everything about us. And this means that I'm really relying upon the network, the rest of life, to be there to receive me, to participate with me. It's very hard to have a collective awakening without everyone else. This is one of the benefits of a personal orientation to awakening, is that I'm emphasizing my non-dependence. There's a safety and a simplicity and a beauty in being singular, in being the one experience, the one truth, the one way, the one consciousness, the one self. But in interrelatedness, in a collective awakening, I am taking on the responsibility that comes from a kind of maturity to actually be participating in culture, in life, in the world. So what this means is that the skills of communicating and expressing, these are generally thought of as healing practices. A collective awakening is really relying on our ability to heal and participate in life, to resolve the conflicts between us. So if you think about the world as a giant nervous system, everywhere there is conflict in the world is a place in which there is a lower potential of energy. There's a lower potential of energy flowing through the collective nervous system and energizing it, creating a coherent, unified field. So the biggest barrier to a collective awakening is not our attachment, it's our conflict. It's the places in which energy cannot flow between two places. This is what it means to participate in life. To participate in a collective awakening is to resolve conflict. And the skills in resolving conflict essentially are to be able to hold our witnessing capacity that we use from our personal practice is very helpful for this, is to hold charge, to hold conflict, and allow all parts of life to be included. The ability to integrate, to make whole our entire life experience. So where do we do this? Well, first we do this within our own selves. This is our own personal work of relating to our body. If you feel your body, I'm sure you will know, you will discover there are lots of places where energy is not flowing through the whole system. There's lots of places when there are pockets of fragmented energy, of trauma, where more coherence and wholeness is needed. There's lots of places to resolve conflict within ourselves. But it goes beyond that. Our personal conflicts are a product, in my belief, in my experience, of our participation in the world. We don't just have contractions for no reason. We have contractions because something happened. We have conflict in ourselves because something happened in life, either through our developmental process or in the world before we were even born. So it's the ability to resolve these conflicts, to recognize where there is tension, contraction, incoherence, all of these relational life experiences that we need to learn how to hold and integrate to make whole. So what this means, so we say we start with your own body. What this means is to participate in a collective awakening would be reflected in you making your body whole, making your family whole, making your ancestors whole, making your community whole. It's about being able to integrate all the experiences of yourself and the people in your world. You become a conduit, a place in which all aspects of your life, of your family, of yourself and your world, all of them can coexist. You become an intersection that allows all traffic to flow through it. What this means collectively, if you zoom out, what this means collectively is that you are an efficient portal for collective energy to flow. So from the perspective of the nervous system, you are a healthy cell, a healthy unit that can communicate, participate, and allows all of the parts of the body, of the collective organism, of the global body, to be unified. Oddly enough, as you do this, your capacity to relax, to be non-attached, grows. There is a reciprocal relationship between the smooth movement of energy and your capacity to relax and be non-attached. As an example, try relaxing when you hold your breath. It's much easier to relax when you are breathing. In fact, the experience of breathing is relaxing. Similarly, participation in life, the movement of emotion, the movement of thought and sensation, participating in relationship, engaging in your career and your work, you could think about all of these as breathing, as a kind of a respiration, a movement. The more that you do that, the easier it is to relax your focus. The more that you can do that in an uncontracted way, in an integral way, the easier it is to relax. In this way, participating in the world, participating in a collective awakening is also your personal awakening. These two realities are not independent. But what's very important is, again, to restate, a collective awakening, it's not the awakening of 8 billion separate individuals. It's the awakening of one collective body, which will be felt, and can be felt now, as a singular entity, a oneness of us, all beings interrelated, one living field, one living experience. And there's tremendous potential in this one living experience. So what are our takeaways? Well, our takeaways first are to reflect on where in your life is there conflict? Where in yourself? Where in your family? Where in your world is there conflict? And what do you do about it? Do you spiritualize it away and say, just let things be as they are? Or do you take it on? Do you actually actively engage in resolving the conflict? Do you move towards conflict? Do you move towards conflict with the skills that allow you to resolve it? And if the answer is no, or you're unsure about that, if you don't know exactly how you would go about doing that, well, then there's much learning. There's much that I have to offer you. There's much that exists in the world that can help you, that can support you to participate in a way that allows you to be a conductor, a place where all things get to exist, where all things flow through. So you can check out the offers that I have. I work with people in one-on-one, and I also teach this broad skill set in groups, whether it's the personal capacity to relax or the integral relational capacity to participate in life. You can also check out all the videos that I have on my YouTube page. You can subscribe and like. These are ways to support me in my mission. I realize that I'm talking about something, collective awakening, that isn't really clearly defined. It's not as clearly defined as the personal spiritual path. I will keep making my case for this. That it's a kind of a new, it's old, but it's also a new way of looking at spirituality, of awakening, as something that happens through relationship, through participation, rather than simply through letting go, the relaxation of focus. I release guided meditations regularly. You can check those out as well. These are ways to develop both the skill set of relaxing and the skill set of participating. Thanks for your time.